What do RPG games mean on Roblox? If we go to the categories and trying to find RPG games or role-playing games, well, first of all, the Roblox finding is gonna suck a little bit, and finally you're gonna find it. Trending an RPG. You have a lot of these games, and for example, let's try to quickly fall into one. I guess this looks interesting, so let's play it real quick. Oh wow, this is extremely old. This is actually kind of cool, like an old RPG. I guess I have to hit enemies. Okay, yeah, I kind of do. There's a level 1 million, by the way. Index. There's a lot of stuff to unlock. There's an index. Have an inventory. Have a pawn shop. This is very, very RPG like. We have potion shops. There's a lot of elements into this already. They're like just standard for a roleplay game. Hey, have you tried drinking potions yet? They give you a stat buff. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff already. Oh, there's hitting XP. Oh, that's cool. There's hitting XP. But there's a lot of interesting stuff. Oh, the music muffles. Yes, I can sense it. I can feel the potential emanate from you. But you're far too inexperienced in your current state. Return to me when you are at least level 500, and maybe I can help you unlock something hidden within. Ooh, that's cool. And it goes right back to daytime. Cool. Let's start killing this monster. And okay, this gotta be very basic and everything, but you get what an RPG in Roblox is like. It's pretty basic, and you might sink in a couple hours in this. It's not too popular, but you get the idea of what it is. But this is Roblox, so we gotta have to change directions for now. How many times have I seen this fucking screen? Let's go. We're here. And what do you know? It's all AFK. That's really average, honestly. I'm really worried about the states of games in Roblox, and that has been for a while. I really like this guy's avatar. I might use it for a thumbnail. But it has been looking grim for Roblox. So I wanted to make a video on how I feel about Roblox games in a general way. The negatives, and the blindfoldness, and the foolishness. So let's get the fuck out. Let's get the fuck out of this game. Let's get out. Something I really wanted to emphasize in the intro is that Roblox has been in a declining state for years now. Just generally games wise. But RPG is a Roblox genre that was really popular for several years and didn't see like a real drop in quality up until the 2020s or 2019, if we're being more realistic. Now this has pushed a lot of games to become more lazy and stagnant on how they perceive themselves. There are still games out there that perceive themselves as RPGs while truthfully categorizes them as simulators, such as the hit game Sword Wars 2, I guess. But even then, that's a very common fact. However, what are the reasons that people keep playing these said RPGs? What drives people to play these RPGs? On what you're seeing on the screen is a game also made by pretty much Abstract Alex, World Zero. And it's been a strong, decently popular game for years. And what makes this game different than a lot of the competition, that's real. A lot of the competition becomes kind of stagnant and falls off within just a couple months. Well, it's pretty much, it boils down to how much you can squeeze replayability. Replayability in Sword Wars 2 is insanely limited as there's really no stupid system of rebirth and stuff, such as World Zero. I mean. However, World Zero still feels stagnant and it's just mediocre to decent at best. And there's really not much to judge from it. It's a Roblox game and it really does its job well. It's also the reason why this game is very alive, that has an insanely strong community. Like, if you go into the Discord for World Zero, it's just constantly like people portraying this game as pretty decent. There's no overwhelming negativeness or such as like the other servers or communities, such as, of course, Roblox 2. And right now we're playing into the mediocre territory for a game like World Zero to be compared to Roblox 2. It's already better, like way decently better, but I think we can do better than this. World Zero is known for being also insanely slow and just like drags on and on, farming for 0 items and just AFK farming as well, although not even closely resembling Roblox 2 farming, which could take up to months of your life to get a single item. Now thank God that's not a reality here. It's just at best a couple days or even weeks to level up if you're really really slow or have a really slow system. That doesn't matter, they're still AFKing and I gotta absolutely call that out. It's not fun and it's anti-RPG. It's really shitty, all things considered. And honestly, exploration here is also insanely basic. It has exploration at least, something like Roblox 2 straight up doesn't have exploration. You just kind of walk around and pray you don't fucking get annihilated. Are there really any other games that are better than World Zero? Is there a grain of hope in Roblox RPG genre? And there might be, because the next game we're about to see is a pretty good RPG in my eyes. An RPG I really wanted to talk about and call out, it's obviously Pilgrim. This is undeniably one of the better Roblox RPG games in my eyes and in Roblox. Because outside of Roblox that's real, a lot of these becomes unfair competition, especially the real RPGs. But this is a good game to call out, because this is a pretty solid RPG all around and a pretty decent Roblox game. I would even argue it's pretty good. Although it's pretty big and sometimes, and you do need tutorials or help, that is still pretty decent, I would say. I hope the problem of not being clear gets better over time, and the footage you're seeing right now, I'm probably insanely washed, so don't make fun of me. But there's a lot more in depth in here. And why not? Am I not talking about Awakening or like fucking Deep Woken instead? Because honestly, I don't want to spend Robux on a game just to play the game, you know. If there's a free way to play a Roblox game, then I'm down to do that, and I'll advocate to do that instead. Although I would say Deep Woken is pretty good as well. Games like this already start implementing parry and dodging mechanics, things that the other two earlier comparisons didn't have, neither World Zero or Roblox 2, which is not necessarily like a must for an RPG, but it definitely adds for the slight complexity that it can bring up to the table. For example, I just got my ass beaten by a prism golem. That wasn't fun. But it's a matter of learning and getting good that you can only truly master an RPG. And honestly, this is a pretty good game for that. There's a lot of decently challenging stuff, even for entry players or endgame players, and I really like that. I gotta relearn how to play this game again, but it's absolutely worth a shot. The music is absolutely wonderful, and the system is complex enough, but it's not overwhelming. That's what an RPG should be. It should be good enough in just every single possible way. Even the music alone, I would say, is pretty good, and it's probably the background music for this segment. So I hope you like the music for Pilgrim. But this is a pretty easy game too. Just, you know, call it good. It's pretty easy. So can we get better than this? Is there like an underlying gem around in Roblox that we are not understanding? That's for us to find out, but honestly, for what this game is, I would argue this is a pretty good game in Roblox. I don't think we're gonna get better than this, or hardly gonna get much better. Because there's still probably way better games out there in Roblox, but I'm just portraying to you the popular options so that you can go and find out what you like. But how about we go inverse and try to look for a really opposite version of the RPG genre and the antithesis of Roblox, pretty much. Let's go find a simulator. Yes, it's fucking Beastworm, of course. Now, simulators have obviously overtaken Roblox by like a thunderstorm, and there's really nothing a developer can do but to make a game like this to absolutely make money unless you're a one-piece game. But why am I putting Beastworm over here? It's because even simulators have the potential to be somewhat entertaining and even possibly good. Please don't crucify me, let me explain. So, a game like Beastworm has practically dominated what infinite replayability is. Because there's really no limit to how high you can go, and how much you have to play. I have a total of 130 days of playtime. Even if it's been macro, even if it's been manual, that's a huge undertaking to have on a single Roblox game. And you know what? I've had more fun in this, like way more consistently than something as Swervers. While yes, macros are very popular in this game, and they absolutely also took this game by surprise, you cannot properly complete this game absolutely AFK. And that is what I like. If a game is fully completable by its own, such as Swervers 2, then what is the point of even playing? You just swing a little couple of times, AFK, go to the next floor, repeat, and repeat, and repeat. And while it also applies to Beastworm, it's to an extent that it actually may seem difficult. Take something like RoboVer, for example. To progress, you gotta absolutely optimize the hell out of your game and actually put thought on what you want to do, how you want to administrate your beast. This is, for a Roblox game, this is not too complex, but it's still way more depth than fucking Swervers 2, is self-labeled RPG. Another thing you want to take into consideration, and that absolutely overthrows what Swervers 2 is the stats page. You have a page or a section for every single stat you have. And what this makes the players do is optimize their hive to the fullest extent. This is not a game that you can just go brainlessly in and just pray for the best. You actually gotta think about your builds, and you have to consistently look out for something to be better at. You can't just be, I'm just gonna play full red hive and like 10 demon bees and shit. You cannot be like that. You actually have to consult a spreadsheet or need help with other people to finding out what's the best build for your hive. And it sounds silly for just a game like Beestorm, but in all honesty, this game is actually like not even that easy in retrospect. Now, of course, I'm comparing Simulator with an RPG. But if you've honestly been paying attention to the video, this game, the fucking B game, has more depth than an RPG. And that I think that's what a lot of people don't understand when I'm calling Servers 2 bad. I'm not just calling it a bad game. I'm calling it just like a fucking misconception of what it actually is. Because if it was labeled a simulator on its own and actually stick to that, I think it would do a lot better than it just being self-labeled as RPG. And I think that's the biggest amount of where the problems come from when criticizing a game like that. Because it's on a genre that it's not really doesn't really belong in. And it's actually really disheartening because honestly, the game, the Servers 2 game that everyone knows, it wasn't even too bad to begin with. It was just okay. It was still like the game we all know, I guess. But it just got worse and worse over time when it got handed out to the contributors, even though Alex didn't know where the game was going to head out. And now it's on a state that is, without Rekindled, it would step back into the 150 daily concurrent players. And that is absolutely abysmal. In all seriousness, maybe I'll review a more abysmal genre of Roblox games in the future in a different way than this video, because this was just really sloppy and really quick. I wanted to make it as fast as possible because, you know, it's really easy to pick on Servers 2, but I wanted to show you the full reason on why I actually don't like the game, which is there are so many other Roblox games that are way better time invested and like I get more enjoyment out of that. You know, it's really hard. If you still like the game, regardless of how the developers feel about it, if they care about the game or not, that's absolutely up to you. But I just want to make you know that, you know, maybe it's not the best thing to play in, you know. But thank you for watching, honestly, and I'm probably gonna play a little bit more of Beestorm because I've fallen off with it. I kind of miss it. I'm not gonna lie, not because of nostalgia. It's just really addicting. It's a simulator. That's what a simulator is made for, to trap you. But of course, until the next one, and see you later.